Good morning and welcome to another CAN diagnostic video. In today's riveting episode we have an Isuzu N series. Not my favourite, I ain't gonna lie. Last Friday, so about 4 or 5 days ago, I had to go up north, travel about 150 miles up to this because it broke down on the side of the road. Was stuck in second gear, wouldn't go any faster than 20 mile an hour. So it was obviously sat in the lay-by. The thing hadn't been regened because there's manual regen on these, so I'll give it a regen. All the lights stayed on, but we managed to get it out of limp mode and we managed to get it back to our unit, and we've got it back today to fix the faults. We'll run through everything. We'll go through the gel test machine on this particular episode, primarily because it's the only machine that I've got that will read an Isuzu, and we're here for the money light. It's an AdBlue problem, a quality sensor and maybe a knock sensor, I can't remember, it's been because I've been asleep since then. So without further ado, we'll jump into this one. Alright, we've got the gel test all set up. So we've got the electronic diesel control unit, 4JJ1-TC. This TC stands for total crap. If any of you was interested, that's what TC stands for. As you can might have guessed, this is not my favourite vehicle. Like bleeding Tonka toys these. We'll jump straight into diagnosis. And we'll see what's active and what's inactive. And we'll make a plan from there. Okay, so we have AdBlue/DEF quality sensor, short circuit or open circuit. So that's grey. So it's an inactive fault, means it's been there, but it's not presently active. And that was definitely active last time I plugged into this, which was, I'll say, a few days ago. So we are still going to tackle this as if it was active. And then we have knock sensor before the catalytic converter, incorrect or unreliable signal. Okay, so this has two knock sensors. It has one before and one after the cat. So an incorrect or unreliable signal. The ECU is receiving a signal, so we are not looking at a total breakdown of communication between the two. This knock sensor, if memory serves, it will have, I think it's 4 or 5 wires, so there'll be a pair and a ground, and there'll be some CAN lines. So the ECU is receiving a signal from the knock sensor, but as it says, it's not recognising the signal fully. Unreliable signal. If we hit this question mark here, it's going to show us components related to this error. Knock sensor. Well, yeah, no shit, dipshit. Knock sensor. It's a knock sensor fault. The knock sensor is going to be related. So it says it's a heating element one, which all knock sensors are, as far as I'm aware. Okay. Right, here's a knock sensor on the wiring diagram. So we've got the power coming in from the key on. Okay, so we've got two powers. And we've got CAN high, CAN low, and then this pin 5, I should imagine, will be the ground. Yeah, KL31. Alright, I think I need my eyes testing. They look brown or red to you. It looks red to me, but KL31 is permanent ground. So we have these two, pin 1 and 4 are grounds. Then we have two CAN lines, CAN high, CAN low. And then pin 5 comes from our fuse here. So that'll be power. So we're looking at 5 pins on that. And we'll go back to AdBlue quality sensor. Now that on these, I'm pretty sure is the pickup. The sensor is actually in the pickup for the AdBlue, so it'd be the level sensor as well. Before we go throwing any parts, we'll get underneath it and start checking some wiring. Right, and we are back. This is a knock sensor that we have in question. This is the one before the cat. So exhaust comes down. We go through one box, comes over, Where is it? There it is. This is the one we want. This knock sensor here, and then the exhaust carries on going where the AdBlue is injected. It goes through, and then can you see it there? Nope. Where are you? I can't fucking reach. Oh, I've only got equal legs. This is the post, so this is the secondary one. Obviously, we want the first. So we've got it, the two middle ones, can high, can low. This is the knock sensor. Oh, this is like the module that's attached to it. As you can see, looks good. At the minute, obviously we don't know what the signal looks like when it's running, when it starts to play up when it's running. So we're going to check the pairs and grounds. Now obviously pairs and grounds should be alright since we've got a CAN signal, but nevertheless we shall look anyhow. Alright, so we have our test lead connected to, actually the ground pin's actually connected to positive at the minute because we've got to check more than one ground, but there's only one positive. So that ground's good, so it means the power is good. So power and ground good. And now we'll check this secondary ground. So the test light should light up nice and bright. There we go. So powers and grounds all good, CAN signal good. So the issue is still not liking what it sees. Obviously we can't see those data packets. I can't decode what's in that, what's in the signal. So I don't really know why the ECU is flagging the fault for it at this precise moment. Obviously you don't know what happens when it goes down the road, whether this module is breaking up internally and sometimes loses signal. Either way, I'm going to change it because I do believe it's buggered. So we're going to get one changed. I'll see you on the rebound. Right, I don't know where we're going to interject with this level sensor and the quality sensor that sits in the bottom of this tank, this AdBlue tank. But as before, we can unplug it. I've got all the wires set up. So the first, we're going to go opposites. So the bottom, the top, this should be power. So our power and our ground are good. And as you can see, we're not actually back probed, we're going down the side of those connectors. Right, so while I was being careful and showing you how careful I am not to widen any pins, spreading terminals, I wasn't so careful not to drop my £8,000 scan tool. Right, where are we? Right. As you can see, our signal to the sensor is fine. I've done it off camera, but plugging it, back probing it, it's still fine. But obviously at the minute we don't have any fault codes for this, or any active ones, but they are inactive. And like I say, when I went out to it the other day, they were definitely active then, as per pictures that I've shown at the beginning of this video, hopefully. If not, then I'll show you another random picture. Yeah, so we're going to have a look at how to get this bad boy out without tilting the cab. Right, you cool cats and kittens, we have a slight revelation here. This is the AdBlue tank off with the sensor and the quality sensor on the inside of it. But what we have, and you can't really see out here, is full of antifreeze. The fluid that comes out of these pipes, fucking red. So that's why the quality sensor has been shorting out, or has it been shorting out? It just can't tell that whether it's AdBlue or fucking, I don't know, whiskey. It doesn't know the difference. It just knows that the consistency that it's expecting to see is not there. It's not right. Hence why it's thrown up the short circuit, and that'll be why the knock sensor is incorrect signal, because it's not reading any AdBlue, is it? It's reading antifreeze. So I'm gonna have a little chat with the customer and see if he still wants me these changing. because I believe as soon as I change this antifreeze out for actual AdBlue, it has had AdBlue in it because it's all crystallised. Someone's made an upsie on this. I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. So I'm going to have a word with the customer, because I'm sure if I just clean this out and put fresh fluid in there and put the old sensor back on, I think we'd probably be alright, but we shall see. I'll get back to you. Right, can you see how dark that is? That should be see-through really. AdBlue's clear. You can see through it in a tub. It's fucking disgusting. So this is our sensor. We have the float. That's the best way to show this. And then at the bottom we have the quality sensor. And you see, I don't know exactly, I'm not going to lie, I don't know how it works fully, but it does. It's obviously testing the consistency one way or another, but I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you how it works when I don't know myself, but it does. We've had a word with the customer and he wants it all changing, even the stuff that might even be a little bit suspect. So I'm going to get on with that and do that, obviously drain all this, and at the end of the video I'm going to explain to you exactly why some of these bigger companies take the decisions that they take.